Professor McKee here with our next episode for the Initiative Let's Play. And last time we started invading Poland with Russia, well, Eurasian Union at this point. Pretty good progress. We're at almost halfway occupying the capital, and we're over 50% chance of occupying because the regional defenses have been worn down quite a bit. So it's going to be pretty quickly, and once the 49th repairs, there'll be 3 armies advancing that occupation. So plenty of expansion down there. I'm also prepping to try and kick the protectorate out of Germany. Got lots of room, so probably also try to expand like with Italy. Be a nice one to pick up. Other European countries that are not resistance or humanity first, because I have a non-aggression pact with them. And in space, I got 2 mobile labs about to leave Earth orbit. Once they start moving, I should get an extra 10%. You have to have them moving or outside Earth orbit now. And I have 2 more in the queue, a 3rd one waiting for some delivery of fissiles or boost, lifting up radioactive material into space. But once that happens, then I'll have all 5 built, all 5 sent out, and I can start working on something else, probably a basic torpedo ship. There's a couple of stations up here that I could delete and then replace with my own. So I finished nuclear freighters. A bit late. You know, we would ideally, if you have a lot of control and great research production, finish this before you have to send lots of stuff out to Mars with boost. But I think it's actually helpful for me because I don't have a lot of fissile production. And when I build those colony ships with the fissile frag engine, it's going to use a lot of fissiles, which means it's going to use either lots of fissiles or lots of boost. And because we're going to medium Earth orbit for construction, I think this actually would reduce the boost use. Not 100% on that. But it only advanced 2 days, and we're down to 0.97. So I think my belief there is correct. Now, next project. I don't have a ton that is super critical besides making sure I can get a torpedo boat out fast. Nerva drive would work quite well for a basic early, your first combat ship. So I'll grab that. Slight penalty there, but not too big. And in a couple days, maybe I'll just roll the time here. We're going to have a global project unlock too. So Jupiter will finish. And with that completing, keep going. We got a long way to go for Germany. And Austria. But when that finishes tomorrow, that's a good one. I don't know why it's over that, but there we go. So we finished Jupiter, and I want to keep pushing at least this one towards the mission to outer planets. Now I do need in situ resource utilization. It's going to go a lot faster. So I'm going to run that. And once I complete this one in a couple of months, I'll have to pick another thing. Probably that one will be the quantum encryption. Yes, that'll be quantum encryption. And let's get you to your 6th counselor. I kind of need a investigation. All right, so new mission phase. Nothing much different. Continuing to push Germany and also Austria because these 2 guys have pretty bad persuasion. And we're making good progress with Eurasian Union occupation there. I also am going with the compact solid core. So this is a little bit lighter and more efficient than compact solid core 2. And by picking these small drives up, That just makes my eventual colony ship a little bit more efficient. Saves on that fissiles and boost. And I'm going to need a lot of both to pay for that sort of thing. So directed space research now complete. And it's really important because this is what gets us those 2-tier space science labs. Big bonuses to our research from having them. For my next global tech, well, I could do Saturn, actually. That would work. However, there is one other thing I do also need beyond just being able to send the ship out there. I don't need construction modules, but I need something that construction modules unlocks. So industrialization of space is actually quite important for a Kuiper Belt colonization strategy. And yeah, let's go for that. I don't know if I need to rush it, though. Let's pour in to in situ resource so that I can perhaps beat out the servants. If they seize it, it's not the end of the world. I have other ones that I have more control over, but I could keep advancing. That'd be nice. And as you can see, I now have 20% because both fleets are in the middle of transferring to random asteroids where they will do long-term research without any way to get resupply. I'm not sure how that works, but yeah, they're moving and they're not in Earth system anymore, so they'll be adding a bunch of bonuses. All right, next mission phase. Not much else to say. I'm continuing to push my 2 current targets. I am rushing on my projects now because I have unlocked a whole bunch of great research lab projects. I want to get these out of the way, start on them. AI might beat me on like in situ or something. That's okay. Projects right now I think are a bigger priority. So let's roll turn, and in a couple days, self-repair should finish. Okay, so compact done. I'm going to switch over to one of the labs. So right now I have energy 1, information 1, xenoscience. They're all good choices, really. I'll go for information science. And go a couple more days for the next global tech.
We're winning their hearts and minds.
Good, good. Oh, there's another research lab available. Wow, 16%. Good job.
We have moved the needle.
So, yeah.
Enjoy your wealth and status.
Okay, so we have self-repairing software. Yeah. Interesting, given what's happened the last few years with AI. Okay, so we finished that one, and quantum encryption for covert operations. Crisis diplomacy is pretty good too, actually. And that'll be our next global tech. All right, so I have reached the next mission phase, and I have nerve drives. I think I'm going to design my first very basic escort here. So 2 Artemis torpedoes. I have enough focus fire. It's going to basically attack a surveillance ship. There's only one ship to attack. But I got the magazine. I have targeting computer just in case they have ECM. Don't want this to get jammed. And a ton of propellant tanks. It's going to be a huge chunk of my water to build more than 1 or 2 of these, but oh well. And I think, yeah, this is much more efficient. So that compact, I'm going to use that instead of the solid core chip. So 1 point of armor, just, you know, so they don't immediately get blown up by lasers or something. And the sawfish will be our first combat ship. Let's build 3. I'll build 3. Used up all my water. It might be a bit overkill, but I think 3 is a good amount to use. This guy is done in 9 days, so I never was able to stop you. This Iron Star, though. Oh, you're going to be really hard to deal with. You got point defense, and you have torpedoes, so you're going to rip apart my own ships. Yeah, this gamma burst I could kill. I would need some sort of point defense. All right. In that case, I only need 1. So I'm just going to use it to attack some of the non-alien ships. Well, stations. Anyways. Always good to check before you start doing stuff. My next 2 science ships have finished. So let's send them somewhere. Where are you 2 going? Hold on. You're going to Zelinda, you're going to Iris. Okay. So for diversification reasons, I don't want to send them to the same spot. So don't send to Zelinda, for instance. Hungaria. No one's there, as far as I can tell. Okay. You go there. Oh, we're in the launch window. Okay. Go. All right, so they'll be sent off, and because they're different asteroids, like if someone's going to go around destroying them, takes a little bit more effort. Diversification. What I teach my students. 20 in a month, I'll have the last one sent out. But that is for space. We'll have some excitement, a little bit of excitement, anyways, when I start destroying some hostile stations up there. And I guess I need to figure out point defense, which means I need to actually go with like high energy lasers. Because we kind of need point defense module there. Guess I got to pick that up sooner than I thought. All right, so my very first tier 2 is finished. The information science is there. And, well, second actually. I guess I had climate research center already done too, because that's not unlocked by directed science for some reason. And I have a bunch of these tier 1s. So I'm gonna upgrade 5 of them. 2, 3, 4, 5. And there are, these 2 left. That'll be removed. I also should upgrade the farm. We're going to be way over what we need to make that worth it. Now I'm down a lot of power. So let's see, so 62. I don't know if the solar power stations will even be enough. No, it won't. Yeah, so I'll be down to another -10, so I'll be at 250. But a single fission reactor should be sufficient. It's going to cost me 0.2, which I can afford, but it's pricey. That should get me, yeah, so I'm at 271 over 250. Enough room for a little bit more, like the tier 2 admin node when I actually need it. A shame I couldn't rely only on solar arrays to save on my business income. But I'll be temporarily down a little bit on information science, but it won't be that long. And we are 91% done, so we are almost ready to take Poland. Next mission phase, and we are, I guess if you round up, 100% occupied. Probably in a couple days it'll happen, so let's continue running the public campaigns in Germany and Austria so they ignore the invasion of Poland. We finished xenoscience. Let's run space science. And once again, I need just 5. I'm probably get rid of that climate lab, but I'll reorganize some things off screen. So let's grab research. I just have 5 of you, huh? Okay, so I'm gonna need more power. That's fine. Grab the farm. I certainly could. Yeah, again, I can replace one of these with a solar array, but I'm going to have to do something with fission reactors too. But I think your life science, yes. So I have, yes, I have the climate researches, so environmental priorities maxed out. At least that one's not too expensive. So I will go. Those will cost me 10. Yeah, not quite enough. Okay. Then I'm at 268 out of over 250, so enough room for like a point defense array. And that'll be my process. Let's see if we finish. There we go. We took control of Gdansk, Katowice, and Warsaw. Poland has not peacefully joined the Eurasian Union. And we're going to have... It's not too bad, actually. It's only negative 0.9. Unrest is high, but it'll come back down. Although, again, we have 2.5 extra. So it's going to be quite painful until we finish running enough government. And that's really holding me back. So I am pushing government here. I'm also pushing some welfare to try and bring our cohesion at a better spot because it's kind of low. Got it's coming down, which is not ideal. But let's send all the armies home. And we have expanded again. And soon, Austria and Germany will also be added to our team. All right, next mission phase. And we are now finally able to move on Austria. Have enough public support here. So Zhao is going to be doing the crackdown on the mass media. And then our tycoon with 1 espionage is going to run the purge. And assuming the crackdown works, very high chance he succeeds. We're moving the scientist back to advising, as he's very good on boosting the research output of my biggest country. And let's get the unrest down. This is penalizing both our science a little bit, as well as even our investment points. 4%, but there's a lot of investment points in Russia. In the Eurasian Union. So let's run that, and we're going to see what the AI picks for the, make that a permanent assignment, for the global tech year, because they're about to finish it in just a couple days. Big race there between me, Exodus, and Servants, but Exodus won. Okay. I'll get the build started next day after that finishes. Now that they're below 2, I don't need to really do anything about that. There we go. They picked electrothermal propulsion.
Humanity might evolve over the centuries to come. One thing will never change.
Remind me of... Oh, that's a dead end. Well, at least it'll go really quickly. It'll be done later this month, in other words. But that's what the AI chose. Yeah, not a bad choice. Kind of a waste, but it's only 500 science, so oh well. And let's go build... I forget what space science. Yes, okay. Let's upgrade space science. So you have a ton. You've got, okay, so I kind of have access here. I only need 5. So let's build 5 here. Okay, and I need to figure out, yeah, let's just build the solar array there. You're still underneath. Build another array. And build the farm. Yeah, good for power there. Okay, so all good there. And we'll see how the crackdown works. Just a second. There we go. Crackdown succeeded. Wonderful. And now his chance is 99%. So we got our first point in Austria. All right, so next mission phase, and I'm going for the next point in Austria. Get the legislature from the academy this time. And trying to clean up a little bit. There's some xenoflora for him to go after. And so let's see, am I able to win the electrothermal? Yes, I got it.
Use a space heater to push a spaceship. That can't be terribly strong. So I hope it's bloody cheap.
Indeed, I hope it is cheap. These are very long range, very low thrust drives. And I think, well, cybernetics be nice. So would Unity movements, but I can't really use it that much because the government score for Russia's not, or Eurasian Union is not that high. So I think I'll just go for mission to Saturn. It's either that or maybe probably extended space survival. And well, actually, I'll go for extended space survival because I don't have. I won't have my space science bonuses yet from the new tier 2 space labs, and I have the climate lab, so I have everything I need for that. Yeah, that makes sense. All right, so I've taken the legislature for Austria. Next one is going to be the executive, and then we'll have full control, which very high chance of success there, so very likely to succeed. AI is fighting back to try and take over global text. Let's see if it matters because I'm almost done with my blitz of the labs. Once these two finish, that should be all of the tier 2 labs, and then I can go back to seizing control of the global text. All right, and that is our next mission phase and the end for this episode. So we successfully seized Poland, also have control over Austria, and should be I'm very close to starting taking points of Germany. If I look here, he's got 3% chance, so a couple more pushes on public opinion, and I should have Germany within reach. Very nice there. And I finished all of the tier 2 labs. Most of them are under construction, as you can see. But over the next few months, they'll be coming online, and my science is going to grow a lot. Big increases in the percentages for everything. Love to see it. And I've got my first combat ship coming up in 13 days. So while the... Oh, you got a ship too before me, huh? Well, someone got a ship before me. But this ship, yeah, because it's got the torpedo bay and point defense, it's going to be a lot harder to kill with your basic torpedo boats and survive the experience. But when they send the next one, which will hopefully not be so well defended, I can get a kill. And in the meanwhile, there'll be some excitement in Servant and Protectorate stations. Right, so I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, please comment, like, and/or subscribe. And hopefully see you all next week.